Now, what would you like to know about apples? Turn to your partner.
I would like. Why is some apples all green and red? Because some of them plant them too much.
How do they put juice in apples? How do they put juice in apples?
How
do the apples grow on trees? Open it and make a heart.
Okay, thank you. So what do you want to know about apples?
Why apples are red?
Why are apples red?
Are apples
What are the questions? Atharva.
Why are they juicy?
Why are they juicy? So we have a lot of questions here, and we're going to send this chart with all the questions over to our buddy class, and they're going to try and answer all the questions. And then when we get together later with our buddies, they're going to share all the answers with you. And today when we do our activity with our buddies, we're going to be sharing our opinions. And sometimes our buddy's opinion might be different from ours. Why is it okay to have a different opinion from our buddies? Catherine.
Because they're just apples.
Atharva.
Because they might taste the same.
They might taste the same. Your buddy might like an apple that you really don't like. Is that okay?
Yes.
Why is that okay? Why is that okay? Anna.
Because if they like one, another one, that's okay because you like one too.
And what if your buddy says it's good and you think it tastes yucky? Akashi?
You could say we like another apple.
You could just say, we like another apple. After we're done with our buddies activity, I'm going to check in with you to see whether, how it went, whether it went okay, and whether you agreed or disagreed on your opinions.
The buddies had a meeting and they came up with many questions about apples that they have. And they thought maybe we would like to answer those questions for them. So what we're going to do is read the questions together, and then I'll have you think of a couple of questions that you are interested in answering. And then we're going to split off and you'll have some books. Some of you will be on the internet to research the questions and try to find answers.
I found a video on there that's still to stop. This is for apple sauce. Okay, that done this. Apple sauce.
Okay, cinnamon. Question again, you're doing how do apples get large?
Do we read it?
Is it going? Ooh, that looks good.
Some are fatted to be quartered and tossed into a pot to make applesauce. Fuji. This immensely flavorful new variety was introduced to the U.S. from Japan in the 1980s. Now the U.S. produces more Fujis than Japan. Each year.
All right, so we're going to go on. We were down to why are apples and why do apples have different skins? Who had that question? Okay.
Well, we didn't find why, but we found like 9 apples and what their skin colors are.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about that?
Like the gala apple is pinkish orange stripes over a yellow background, and red delicious, like a bright red and sometimes striped.
Okay, very good. So basically you found that different apples have different skins. Okay. seeds are small and black. I'm running out of room. What are some ways that you can be respectful of your buddy's opinion, whether they're the same or different? How can you show respect to your buddy for his or her opinion of how the apple tastes? Derek?
Don't say ill or something like that, because they may like it.
Okay, very good. So keep your comments to yourself. Any other ideas? Brianna?
Don't make faces.
Okay, very good. And Alana?
If they have a different opinion of them, don't get angry. Say that it's good that you have your own opinion and you're not going with my opinion.
Okay, good. Can you think of ahead? Are there any problems that you might come up with your buddies while you're tasting apples that you can think ahead and solve before we get there? Marlon?
They might drop the apples.
Ooh, do you have an idea of how to solve that problem?
Hold it for them.
Okay, any other ideas? Asia?
Well, like they could say that your piece is bigger than mine's, and so.
What do you do what if somebody says, what if they're upset because your piece seems bigger than their piece? Do you have an idea?
Yeah, you could just like trade.
Okay.
Maybe.
You're the older ones. You could trade and get the smaller one. You're old enough and responsible and mature enough to do that. This will be typed up for you so that when you go to your buddies, you will have a piece of paper with you and you will read the answers to all of their questions when you go, and you can talk about the answers with them.
Welcome, older buddies. Today we're going to be doing an apple tasting activity, but before we do the actual apple tasting, the older buddies have found some answers to all of our questions, and they're going to share those answers with us. And then we're going to get a chance to taste 3 different types of apples, talk about how those apples taste, and then also record those onto our recording sheets.
Okay. First graders, we got your questions and we worked really hard for a while to find your answers. So we have them right here. I'm going to pass one out to every group. And then older buddies, you're going to read the questions and the answers with your younger buddies.
When they are fresh, they are juicy. How do apples change colors? They change with the season of the year. Why are apples
Sunlight to grow. Why are seeds black? All fruits have seeds. Seeds are different, but apple seeds are small and black. That's it.
Okay, the first apple that we are going to try, the first variety is this apple, and it's called a Red Delicious. That's the first apple. And I'm going to write the words Red Delicious up here. Older buddies, if you could please write down the words Red Delicious after apple variety number 1. And now we're going to pass out slices of the Red Delicious apple for you to taste.
Very tasty, just okay, or not tasty.
Put the initials instead. Okay.
Do you think it was very tasty? Because it's not like any apple you've ever tasted.
It's sweet.
All right, we're going to move on to the next variety. Variety number 2 is this apple right here. I want to know, what do you think about this apple? What do you notice about this apple in comparison?
You like it?
I really like the
The sour was good. You don't like them now?
Okay, we're going to move on to the third variety. This is the third variety right up here. And what are some things that you notice about this apple variety? compared to the one we just tried, the Granny Smith? What are some things you don't like?
Very good. Why do you guys think it's very tasty? Because what are you? Sweet. A.
Mexican American. Big Mexican.
For Fuji, how many of you thought Fuji was very tasty? $35, so not quite as many as Granny Smith, but pretty close to. How many of you thought the Fuji was just okay? Okay, and 10 of you thought it was just okay. Very good. Anyone left for not tasty?
Looking at this chart, what variety did most people think was very tasty, and which variety did most people think was not tasty? Talk in your groups, please.
Some people thought it was Smith, and 5 people thought it was
I think it was the Granny Smith because the people could.
Which apple variety got the 2 votes?
Granny Smith.
Granny Smith. So that's very interesting that Granny Smith got the most votes for very tasty as well as the most votes for not tasty. What are some other things that we learned? Mia.
When we were testing and I heard people like saying their answers, and I didn't hear anybody saying, "What's wrong with you? That's not. It doesn't taste like that or anything."
How did you share the work today with your group?
We sometimes wrote our own comments and our own choice.
Thank you, older buddies, for coming. We can't wait to see you next time. Buddies, be sure to say thank you and goodbye until we see you next time. How did your buddies show you respect? How did your buddies show you that they respected your opinion?
That they paid attention and they didn't laugh at what I said.
And how did that make you feel?
Very, very nice.
Anna.
My buddies didn't laugh what I said, and then when I told them I liked this one, they wrote it down for me, and I asked them nicely if I can do it, and then she said, Laura said very nicely, no.
Were there any problems with our buddies today? Did anybody have a problem? Jawad.
When Robin and Sevin were taking a tent and I didn't have a turn to put a check mark.
Okay. How did that make you feel?
Sad.
Sad. Did you try to do anything about it?
No.
No. What do you think you could do next time?
Put a check mark.
You could put a check mark. Jawad said that his buddies had a turn recording all the answers, and Jawad didn't get a turn. What do you think you could do next time if you want to also have a turn?
Put a check mark.
And if they won't let you put a check mark, what could you say?
Please, can I put a check mark?
All right, well, we're going to get a chance to get together with our buddies again and do another great activity soon. Thank you.